What's up, everybody? Cheers from Pat in the Hat. My name is Jonathan Sawyer with Cinco Squad. What's up, fellas? I got Pat in the Hat. I got Mike DeSanto.
Yo.
Jamie P will not be joining us tonight. Good luck to his team in Greensboro with their final meet of the year.
He was in the pool.
Yes, that is the point of the swim meet, is to be in the pool. Yes.
Avoid shrinkage, boys.
No shrinkage. I was in the pool.
Listen,
I was in the pool.
listen.
What's up, fellas?
How's your
How's your
4 years in
season
the pool?
going?
It's impossible. Anyway, I'm doing well. I'm doing very, very well.
Oh boy.
Oh shit! You already drunk?
No.
It is your final night at work, so.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go, boy. We like that.
Shotgun.
Then you'll be drunk.
So,
I don't know. We had the bachelor.
Now's your last time to do it, Mike.
No.
So what's going on, fellas? Pat, how's your week going?
It's been long. Been looking forward to the night. Trying to unwind. Hit that Friday in a good stretch. Have a good weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got a lot. We got football. We got baseball second half. Already some electric trades going on with the Yankees, because this is going to be a Yankee podcast today. Talking all Yanks. Who cares about the rest of the league? But but got a good show. But hey, Mikey Mike, on your last night, what you sipping on?
Well, as we said last night, so I do have to go to work still. So
No!
we're just rocking the cool blue Gatorade.
All right, good choice. Good choice on the Gatorade.
Thank you.
Do
Pat,
you guys know the flavors of Gatorades, or is it just colors to you?
it's pretty much just colors. I mean, I know some flavors, some and other ones I don't.
Yeah, it's always colors for me too. Red, blue, green.
Green.
There's no
Make it
green.
simple.
There is green.
There is?
Yeah, there's a green.
Oh boy.
It's green
Melon
apple.
cucumber.
Oh boy.
green
And
apple.
and the and the cucumber one.
Where have you
Forgot
gone,
about-
John?
Ew.
The green apple one is much better.
Yeah, the melon cucumbers. Not that good.
Oh, gotta love melon.
Yes. Pat, what you sipping on?
Boys, I am sipping on a cool summer ale, Sam Adams.
Nice.
Fun fact is Sam Adams was actually a failed brewer, so here I go drinking a terrible beer.
What?
John, what you
Fun
sipping on over there?
facts today with
Some aqua.
He's already always with the water.
where's the milk
Stay
jug?
hydrated.
Oh, I got a new milk jug this week. Where's your uncle? Where's your Uncle Mike? I got a new milk jug.
Whoa!
This thing.
Don't throw that on the ground.
Yeah, you'll hear this drop.
Terrible.
No, I got a new one because I got tired of going to the store to buy the milk, not the milk jugs, the gallon at the store. It was annoying. It was like, because like if you forget to go to get to go and get one, like you gotta just like, I drink a lot of water per day, so like if I just bring a bottle, it's not gonna last me like to the gym. So it's nice to have that. But plus, I felt like a Mr. Fix-It this week. Is I bought one of those little Brita that hooks up to your sink.
Oh, yeah.
faucet?
The purifier.
So here, I got a funny story about that. So I'm sitting there, I'm reading the directions. I'm like, I don't want to fuck it up, right? So I'm sitting here reading the directions, and I'm like, all right. It says to buy one of those jar opener one, like the rubber jar ones that like help for people that are older, like to open up a jar. So I buy this whole freaking kit on Amazon, right? And I buy the whole thing, and I'm sitting there and I get it, and I'm like, all right, cool. Now I'm gonna be Mr. Fix-It. I got the thing. It's not working, right? It comes with like 2 other attachments. I put those on, doesn't work.
Yeah.
I grab a piece of paper towel, squeeze, turn it, goes right off. I was like, son of a bitch.
Got the whole kit.
I buy that. Malin comes home, she's like, oh, that's funny.
There's a paper towel the whole
Bought that
time.
whole kit for nothing. But yeah, it was definitely it's definitely good. I like it a lot better because the water down here in Florida kind of sucks. So it's nice to have have the like the filtered water. So that's why I
Yeah, it
bought
tastes better, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So, but boys, our Yankees, what is going on?
Your New York Yankees. Yeah, it's been a
I'm
rough
not gonna lie to you.
stretch
I
right now. All-Star
exactly
break.
what I said to Jamie 3 to 4 times. We said this all to Jamie. Like after the second half, I know it's only like 6 or 7 games after the All-Star break, but man, that we lost both games to the Astros. We lost both games to the Mets. Both are contenders for the World Series this year. Like, what in the world is going on? And then we lose to Baltimore. Like right after the Astros, it was right to Baltimore 6-3, but then finally got back on track. But what is
we got the
on?
series in Baltimore, but yeah, Mike, what's your opinion? I'm very anxious to hear that.
I think baseball's a long season, and you kind of ride high into the All-Star break. You tend to come out a little sloppy for the second half. You tend to come out a little. It's gonna
there
be
it is.
Yeah, it's gonna be a weird case of like as long as they don't sustain this, as long as this isn't like a 2-3 week thing. You're gonna go through. Every team goes through slumps. They play poorly. The pitching hasn't been great, but I think I would rather have. I would say this. I'd rather have them do this now than like September and October.
Yeah.
But don't you feel it's gonna? I don't know. I'm cold hearted when it comes to sports. So like for me, like I'm like, no, you don't have time to. No. Cut the shit out. You've had the last 2-3 years to, wait until September and October. Like, F that shit.
Whoa, language.
I'm sorry, I'm pissed. I'm throwing shit.
That was the light water bottle. That was a good move.
Oh, I left the top open. Damn it. Sorry, Bubba.
Damn, you hit your dog?
No, I didn't hit my dog. He's just he watched me throw it. He literally picked up his head.
It's like, Dad, chill. It's
sorry.
July.
This happens to every team. This kind of stuff happens to every team. Where at some point, you don't play well.
Yeah. I mean, come on. The Astros lost a series to the A's. Like it could literally happen to anyone.
Yeah,
I mean, thank God that happened because we'd be in a different world right now if the Astros took the series from the A's.
Yeah.
Yankees are kind of trying to find their bearings right now, right out All-Star break. I think it really comes down to Aaron Boone missing on his gamble calls, if you know what I mean. Like we just had that one play with Rizzo trying to be aggressive. He got thrown out. We didn't need any of that.
Or how about Kiner Falefa in the game against the Mets, and he pulls Kiner Falefa, who is, mind you, 2 for 3 in that game, and he puts up Joey Gallo, who has 37 hits on the freaking season.
He is 5 for his last, 80? With 60 of them as strikeouts?
And I know what Mike's going to say. It's a matchup. It's the matchup. It's lefty versus righty.
Yeah, but you still got to be a good hitter.
There's you could throw a beach ball and he still wouldn't hit it.
I know. I only say that when stuff like this comes up, only as an example of this is where baseball is now. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm saying it's the idea.
But it just doesn't make sense, right? So if it's a baseball now and you're looking at statistics, why would you pull a guy that's hitting well in that game, who's seeing the ball well in that game? I'm asking you, if you're a skipper right now, I'm asking you, why would you pull that? Screw the matchup. Just straight baseball logic. Like if the guy's seeing the ball well and the other guy isn't, why are you putting him in?
Right, and it
because
kind of Falefa
told you to.
Yeah, there's that too.
Probably.
Kind of Falefa is also a contact hitter. Guile swings for the fences on every freaking time. He's what Judge was earlier in his career. I'm surprised he's not designated for assignment right now.
I think he will be here soon. Probably by the deadline.
I think they're looking to see if they can attach him to some kind of a deal.
Yeah.
I could see him being in a package for who? Luis Castillo? That'd be great.
Cincinnati take a fly on him for the rest of the year.
I mean, I was listening to a Yankees podcast that I share with Mike all the time, And Pat, I'll start sharing it with you, but it's called Talking Yanks, and they do every single game. Like, they broadcast every single game. They just talk, and it's just like us three watching a game together, pretty much. And the cool part about it is they were saying, like, should they deal for Soto? And he goes, well, we got 2 years. And he goes, I'm so tired of hearing about it was either this podcast or another one, but they were saying, I'm so tired of hearing about, well, he's going to be gone in 2 years. He goes, I give two shits about 2 years. I want to win now. If he can help us win now, I want him. I don't give a shit about 2 years.
And why would he be gone? Like, I don't understand why people think
because he turned down
going to leave the Yankees.
He turned down the deal that he wanted.
But it was with Washington. That's
exactly
still the money. It shows that he
doesn't want to play in Washington.
Did you see the numbers on that though? With the 15-year deal, he didn't want the length of it. He wanted the money. He didn't want the length. The amount of time would have still made him like the 10th most paid player.
He wants to be the highest paid player.
Yeah, which he deserves. He's 23 doing this. He just won the home run derby.
Yeah.
He's got a World Series. He's 23. A 15-year deal would put him in mid-30s and just losing money at that end, which we've seen in sports. Money just goes up. It doesn't go down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't – we could be very surprised on Tuesday. I could say that. We could be very surprised, and we could get Soto. But in my opinion, we don't need another bat. We need
I was just going to say that. I would take
Montgomery.
What about
Montgomery
both?
Sucks, dude.
What?
What about both? What if you could get both?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
I'll definitely take both.
Yeah, I would always take both. I mean, I'd take
one person.
Heartbeat. It wouldn't even be. I wouldn't even think twice. I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. Like,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, what if you could get both in one player?
Ooh.
Oh,
yeah. Supposedly they may move him by Tuesday.
Ooh.
You know what's so bad? And I sat there. I was like, "Who's he talking about?"
I just never.
There's only one guy that does it.
I was like, "What?" Okay.
We resurrect Babe Ruth.
we perform the dark ritual.
We get a little Frankensteinish down in the Bronx.
I did get that update too, Mike. I got that update about 7:00 that the Angels are accepting conversations about Shohei.
Eastern, wait, 7:00 Eastern Pacific. It matters.
Shut up,
3 hours.
Of course, now I can't find it.
The timing's all off.
Pat, there is one thing. It couldn't be 7 p.m. Pacific because 7 p.m. Pacific has not happened yet.
That's what I'm saying. If it's in the future and we're time traveling's a motherfucker. If we could figure it out, if we go to Tuesday, find out what's going on, bring it back to the past, speak it into existence, and we just solve the Yankees'
less
problems.
Than what we got to give up.
Listen, I'm reanimating Babe Ruth. I'm time traveling. Cinco Squad is doing things.
55 minutes ago. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, I can't help you there.
Let's see. 15. Okay. You guys continue. I'll do the math.
I don't deal with
I'll be here a while.
I don't deal with the past.
It says Angels taking Ohtani calls. A deal for two-way star is unlikely, but LA is engaging when rival executives mention him. That was the New York Post, so that was probably Mike Vaccaro. So, I don't know. I mean, I think it's got to be a big package for that. For him.
Honestly, it sounded like no news.
Huh?
That report sounded like no news. Like we already knew.
It wasn't any news. It was just before they weren't taking any calls. Now they are. That's it.
Oh, how do you know they're not taking calls if they're not picking up?
You never know, really, right?
I'm asking the hard-hitting questions here.
You are, and I don't know. I'll let you know when I become a GM, and I'll give you the updates.
Yeah,
give me credentials.
That definitely.
Pat Hughes. What institution?
Whoa, pat in the head. Don't pull the curtain back.
Come on.
Don't use a government name.
Don't government me.
Street names only. I signed a new deal on the car too.
Hey, I got a question for you. So I was talking to Mike earlier. I was talking to Jamie the other night, and one of the things that kept bringing up is like who you feel is the toughest opponent in the AL minus the Yankees. Let's not be biased.
Of course.
Who's the toughest opponent in the AL for the minus the Yankees, and who's the toughest opponent in the NL?
I think we just saw it. Astros and Mets.
No. I'll take Mets, not Astros.
Not Astros. Okay.
Not Astros.
Oh,
I'm worried more about Seattle than I am Houston.
I
That's
think they're too young.
Well, that's my thing though, is that they're so young, they have nothing to lose.
Young, dumb, and you know what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean,
And the travel.
You and I were arguing about this earlier. It was like the last 4 to 5 years, the Astros and the Red Sox last year, but last 4 to 5 years, the Astros have owned the Yankees in the playoffs. That's been their kryptonite, and they just can't get by Houston.
I will say
starter, and they still beat them.
I will say it seems like every time we played the Astros this year, we have not trotted out our best team.
No,
the lineup has not been the best lineup. The pitching has not been the best format, and we stuck around in every game. I mean, we got no-hitted, but that's not our regular lineup.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, man. I just think it's like when we play it, it's the same feeling I get when I see the Yankees play Astros and Boston. Is if it's an ALCS and Boston's in contention. I know they're not right now, but if they become in contention, we all have seen it before, and we've all watched it where Boston gets hot and they get hot at the right time, and it sucks for us to say that. Mostly because I'm married to a Boston fan.
I can, if you guys want to get behind this, I can get a reporter for comments for the Red Sox. You guys want this? This is a one-time offer.
You can get a reporter.
What reporter?
I can report on my dad watching the Red Sox.
Okay. Go for it. Absolutely.
I called them first thing right after the Blue Jays walloped them in Fenway.
28-5. Did you see?
I said, how's your baseball team? He said, I don't have a team.
Did you see
that's my dad.
Yuri Gurriel was making a fruit cocktail drink in the dugout. It was 28-5. He's sitting there putting fruits together, taking a bottle,
making dinner plans. Yeah, man, I don't really got sweat.
I think at one point you just gotta say no. But I think the toughest team in the NL, we did see it this week. We saw it yesterday. I think it's
Mets too. Yeah,
they can hit. They have a lot of young power. And I think it's and with DeGrom coming back, that's scary because DeGrom looked good in his start in Syracuse. I didn't see it. I saw the stat line, but he looked pretty good from his stat line. So
who is that? That setup? I think he's setup guy who came in last night. Lugo,
Seth Lugo. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, dude, he had some velocity. My God,
their closer does too, and I think he's just like Mo, where he has 2 pitches.
That's
pretty much.
If they're good and no one's gonna hit it, that's all you need.
So Edwin Diaz though has the Aroldis Chapman issue. That sometimes he just leaves that fastball right down the middle and gets absolutely crushed. Last 2 years, they were questioning whether he was going to stay their closer going into this year because the last 2 years he's just been getting knocked around.
I don't.
All right, so that sets up a question. Do you think Chapman is becoming what we see right now because all these other pitchers' velocity is just catching up to his, where batters are just I've seen this before.
I think his body's starting to break down from the way
I think it's both. I think honestly, pitchers got faster and more and know how to throw harder. And hitters learn as you see it more and more and more, especially in college and AAA, and when you're coming up and you see the fastball and it's up 95 plus every single time.
Yeah.
Then this guy, he was one of the first guys to do it consistently. Now you see it every other pitcher do it, and it's either the batters had to catch up or they were just going to be behind. So
they had Verdugo mic'd up when they were playing the Yankees before All-Star break, and he said these pitchers coming up now, they're going to consistently hit 105.
I heard that. it's scary too, because like especially if one of those balls gets loose and like it rises up into the face area or like the body area, that's gonna hurt, man.
But the batters are seeing it. They're laying off these balls. They're seeing it in the zone.
Well, it starts to look normal.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
All of them are above 95. Your eye will start catching up.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I know that with Chapman, the reason why Mariano was a great closer is because of his stats, right? But he was also great because over the time, and I don't think any closer has really learned this, is the fact is they learned how to locate good, like locate their pitches and not miss. And I think that's the key. Yes, you can throw hard, and that's the biggest thing about Chapman is he can't locate a pitch right now.
I mean, Mariano's cutter was uncontested.
It was only 95. It was only 90, 95.
But it was a sick cutter.
But it cut. I mean, when it did, when he
could put it in any spot he wanted.
Exactly.
Right.
As he got older, yes, the velocity stopped and everything like that. But that's when he started watching more film on guys and watching more and doing more with and trying to not be so predictable with it. So we'll see. I mean, the second half. I mean, my World Series prediction is still a Subway Series, so it's still Yankees Mets for me. What about you, Pat?
What did I start with? I forget.
Was
it Yankees and I think
Yankees
Dodgers.
I'd say Yankees Dodgers.
Yankees Dodgers. I think it's
all right. I'll switch it up a little bit. I'll go Yankees, and I'm not going to rule out the Cardinals.
That's a really good pick.
I'm not going to rule out the Cardinals.
That's really
they know
good
how to win late in the season. I can't believe Adam Wainwright's still pitching.
Right?
I couldn't believe it either. I saw the name. I was like, "What? What is he still doing here?"
Mike, go home. You still there,
Mikey?
Well, just to be slightly different, I guess I'll go Yankees Dodgers only because they just have so much talent, and supposedly they might get Juan Soto. So
yeah,
because God, that's what they need.
So wait, if Soto goes to the Padres, would you say Yankees Padres?
No.
Is that a tipping point?
No, because the Padres haven't figured their pitching out yet.
Okay, thought I'd ask. It could be
it's a fair
changer.
It's a fair question. It is.
It definitely is. Yeah,
that and Tatis still seems a little off from coming back from his injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's something that is definitely part of like the storylines in the second half so far that we've talked about is Tampa's pretty much tanked it. They sat down Kiermaier and who was the other guy, Mike?
Did they sit down Franco?
No. Wander Franco for the rest of the year.
Did they set him down for the year?
Franco.
So
Mike, what's Tampa's AAA affiliate?
Durham Bulls.
Still with the Bulls, okay.
What's
Jumbo
funny?
Shrimp.
What's funny is that like Tampa's is in North Carolina, and they literally have a AAA team, and there's a AAA team in Tampa, but it's not for the Rangers. It's like, how does that make any sense?
I still liked when the Blue Jays affiliate moved to Las Vegas. I was like, whoa.
The 51s, yeah.
I think Mike and I once a quarter have a conversation about affiliate teams, like how they don't make any sense. Like,
the farm system is
all over
so fun to talk about.
Like Tampa for hockey is in Syracuse, which I love because go Qs, but like it just doesn't make any sense. I gotta get a flight to Tampa and then a flight back. It's stuck. And then
neither does hockey in Florida. Let's be real.
Yeah. Their ECHL team is Orlando Solar Bears, which is like an hour and a half drive, so it's not that bad. But it's just funny how their I guess you say AA team is in Orlando. But yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But what would you say so far has like been like the biggest storyline for you, Mikey Mike?
Outside of the Yankees or
yeah.
Outside of the Yankees, the thing that stands out most to me is apparently Baltimore's not bad now. Like they were projected to win as many games as they've already won.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's having family down in that area. I think that our Orioles fans, as much as I don't want the Orioles to contend with the Yankees, it's still cool for me for them to finally have a team that they can root for and like
Right.
have players that they can enjoy.
Instead of a AAA team like we were just talking
Right,
about.
exactly. A AAA team that is also paying one of their players like $150 million. But no, I think that's what stood out most to me coming into the second half is just the fact that Baltimore keeps winning some games. Not all. I mean, I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. I don't know if they're going to fall off at some point, but they've been impressive so far with what with
it's
the
one of
talent they
those
have.
the lovable losers moments.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You're like, oh, that's cute. They're winning.
Look at them.
But it's
Oh, they got
crazy
first
too.
pick in the draft. That's nice.
It's crazy too because like I got into an argument with a guy from work, and because they were like, "Oh, the AL East sucks." I'm like, actually, it doesn't. Other than the Yankees, if the Yankees were right there, like had like an okay record,
John's just dropping
I'm
everything.
just dropping shit all freaking night. So like, don't mind me. But like, if you were to like look at the AL East, everyone's like a game and a half to 2.5 to 4.5 games out of each other. Like they're
I was
not.
gonna say, it's almost a 4-way tie for second.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
And
like
they're all above 500 still, aren't they? Is Baltimore still above?
I think Boston.
I didn't look at standings in a while. Haven't needed to.
Yes.
First time in a long time. Yeah, I mean, yeah, only Baltimore is one under 500 or 49 and 50, or Boston. Fuck them. Let's get it.
My dad does not
Boston's
have a
49 and 50. Baltimore's 50 and 49.
Yeah,
oh
so that's
boy,
funny. That's funny. I
the
love
Red
it.
Sox.
You can send that
They're
to your
not
dad.
selling. They're. Oh my god. There's nothing more. My summertime consists of trying to stay away from sweating and just watching to see if Boston loses. It's not even if the Yankees win. I want Boston to lose. A Yankee win means more when Boston Red Sox lose.
Yes.
And that is my summer. That's my summer report.
It's a simple summer.
He changed it up this year and bought a car, but spiced it up a little bit. But
and a hat and a new car. I was gonna say Cadillac, but in a Cadillac.
Hat in a hat in a car.
So I think the biggest storyline so far this second half is definitely Soto. I think this is such a mystery because one day it's like, oh, he's going here, and then the next day it's like, oh, he's never going to get traded. Right. And it's like it just keeps going back and forth. I just want the damn deal to be done already. Like, just get it over with. Either you're not going to trade him or you're going to. Like, I'm tired of hearing the reports. I think I'm more tired than the reporters because I don't think the GMs are making it as big a deal as it is right now, but the reporters are making it a big deal. I'm just so tired of hearing the breaking news. Like, I got a breaking news last night, and it was like, and I said Soto. I was like, oh, there he goes. And it's like, breaking news, talks have stopped. Why is that breaking news?
That's not reporting.
Just let me know when he gets traded.
Like,
breaking news.
Okay, now he got jealous. So,
what do you guys think that? I mean, we're talking a lot about Soto in the trade, but do you guys think it's like a domino effect? Someone is just waiting for the big star to go, Ohtani or Soto?
No, because Ohtani just got started talking about. Honestly, I think it's gonna come down to like, the right package. Because remember last year they lost Trey Turner and Max Scherzer for nothing. They got nothing back. So I don't think they want to do this to him. They want something back for him, something that's going to be active right now and then active maybe 5 years from now. So I think they're just wanting the big. Like, it's almost like, and I know this is probably a bad comparison. It's almost like a team trying to get Kevin Durant 1-for-1 right now. Like, they'd have to give up so much to get just one player back, So I think that's where the standstill is that no one's willing to give up that much.
So here's my plead to the Washington Nationals front office. Joey Gallo is not that bad. He's not that bad. If you want to do a 1-for-1 deal. You don't know what Soto could do later on. He's still young. He's immature. Gallo is decent. He's a veteran. He can hit the ball when he wants. That is my plead. If you want a 1-for-1, Joey Gallo is on the board for Washington Nationals if they want him. I'll go down and talk to him myself.
And I'm sure the Washington Nationals are like, who is Joey Gallo?
They're like, who the hell's paying ahead? Get out of my house.
I just get on my computer screen.
He's just Pat standing above the GM's bed. He's like, that's what I'm just saying.
I'm Joey Gallo. And Pat Gallo.
Gallo.
No, Gallo.
He's not Spanish.
Gallo.
Gallo.
All right. Let me. If he gets
Joey.
If he hits one ball this week, I'll say his name correctly. Until then, it's Joey K.
All right. Well, we've exercised the baseball talk. Let's done with that. I brought this topic up here this week. I know it's a little early because I know that they haven't reported a camp yet for college football, but hey, I love college football season. So,
yes, sir.
Let's do our way too early top 4 that we think are going to end the season in the college football playoff. So we'll start off by, I want to ask a question before we do that, before we announce it. And I want to ask, like, who's your what's your most shocking thing going into the season?
Most
shocking
thing.
Most
shocking like moments so far going into the season that you've seen that's like been like, oh my God, like, holy crap, this has been a great, off season for, like Pat, Oregon, Syracuse got some transfers, Michigan got better, like those type of things. Like, what are you seeing that is like been like, oh wow, this could be an interesting year.
What's been on my radar as a Ducks fan is Bo Nix transferring to Oregon out of Auburn.
Did he really?
Did he?
Yep.
Wow, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's
I don't think it's confirmed he's starter, but that'd be a big name to start out of transfer portal.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure Oregon's top 10 preseason rank.
They haven't released it. CBS. They haven't released it yet. It comes out in 2 weeks.
The discussion is top 10.
Yeah. I mean, they're the only team, in my opinion, in the Pac-12 that's really going to be competitive. I mean, I don't know how good Washington can be this year. If they're good, they're always surprisingly good. It's like, damn, they're 12-0. Crap.
Right.
Yeah, I could see Oregon coming out of the Pac-12 this year, especially.
Or Utah. Utah is always there too. I
mean, we keep forgetting that USC and UCLA are still part of the Pac-12, so USC got better too. With taking Lincoln Riley went to the USC, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that was my biggest shock is Lincoln Riley going to USC.
Yeah.
Who's the quarterback that went with him? Williams?
The one he sat for what's his? It's the one he benched after remember they went back and forth between starters and then they benched the one guy.
Yeah, they Radler went to South Carolina. Yeah.
And then the quarterback that was his backup, Williams, went to
USC. Yeah.
And then who took over I think the coach from the defensive coordinator from Clemson took over the Oklahoma job. So I think that's pretty interesting. There's a lot of coaching moves this year. So like it's been kind of interesting to see, and then in the SEC, you got a lot of teams that are, could be contending with Bama this year. You got A&M, you got Ole Miss, you got Georgia again.
Vanderbilt, Kentucky. What?
Florida. Don't be surprised if Florida's in the mix. You're down the stretch.
They should be. They
got a new young coach who can go in and even like speaking about Florida, Miami too. They got Oregon's coach and what's his name?
That's painful. Cristobal.
Cristobal.
That's painful.
But I mean, he's from Miami. So I mean, I don't blame him for wanting to go back. It's probably his dream to coach Miami.
But he honestly changed the culture, and it took a while for him to change the culture from Chip Kelly's era. And he brought in the gritness. I don't want just flashy guys. I want guys who will get in the trenches.
Yeah.
That was never Oregon or any of the Pac-12 teams' MO. So he brought something different to a whole conference, and then he just ups and leaves for a better contract. Whatever. The U is back. Whatever.
I think it was more like that was his dream job. So if your dream job popped up, like it's kind of hard to pass up. Especially
I don't believe anything about dream. Doug Marrone said the same thing about Syracuse football. This is my dream job, and then went to the pros. So I can't believe anything, man. Can't believe coach talk.
Mikey, Mike, you're silent down there. What's going on?
So I'm just thinking about it because I think you guys made some good points as to some interesting stuff going on. The thing that stands out to me, I guess, to go along actually with the Lincoln Riley thing, since the defensive coordinator took over for Lincoln Riley in Oklahoma, was the amount of steam that for the first time in a few years Clemson doesn't have going into the year.
Yeah. That's
like the fact that they're not real. I mean, I think they're still seen as the top team in the ACC, but they're not, as far as around the country, they're not that juggernaut that they have been, where it's like, okay, is it Clemson or Bama that's going to be the number one?
Right.
Yeah. I think, to that point, I think that's exactly what Dabo wants, though. I don't think he wants to be at the limelight. I think he understands where his team is at, but I also think that team is gonna contend for a national title this year, in my opinion. So I think
Mike, that's a great point, though, because
it is.
We're in the mindset of the playoffs where, all right, it's going to be Alabama, Clemson every year,
right.
And it's changed up recently. I mean, Bama's still there, but Bama's getting a little sweaty around them parts down there, and where they at? Tuscaloosa. Saban's got Jimbo right on his heels.
They're getting sweaty down on those parts.
They're getting sweaty down around them parts.
Well, it is the middle of summer in Alabama. So.
I agree with you, Pat. I think, right now, and one thing that's been going on in the offseason is basically like the NIL deals and everything, and like how Nick Saban made that comment. And it's like, okay, Jimbo, relax. You won one national title. Don't be trying to contend. Don't be trying to.
I like it. No, turn it up a notch. I want to see him.
I get what he's doing, but like, okay, so don't question Nick Saban's I guess sportsmanship, because he's always had pretty good sportsmanship. But don't question what he says. I mean, he says it because it's the truth. NIL deals are. Come
on, dude. You think every coach is like? They got to look up to Nick Saban? No way.
No, but respect has to be earned, in my opinion.
Dude, nah. He's coached with Nick Saban.
Huh?
He's coached with him.
I understand that. There's been a lot of coaches that are coaching right now that have coached with him.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying. Get him a little respect.
No, I'm saying he wants to throw shade.
But that's what I'm saying. If he wants to throw shade, it's not a shot at you. It
was a direct shot.
The NIL deals are the reason why they got some of the players. It's not a fact. It's a fact.
But he's mad that it happened and that Texas A&M is taking advantage of it when Nick Saban has been throwing bags at players under the rug his whole tenure.
Every coach has.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. He's throwing shade saying they only get these players because of the NIL deal.
Yeah, I got you.
Every coach in every major sport in college has been throwing bags at players.
Now it's legal.
But why are you bringing it up against Jimbo? Jimbo's just retaliating. Why bring it up? We all know it's been going on. As soon as you mention it,
I get you.
You should be mad.
I just think that I agree with you with the standpoint that Alabama is starting to feel a little bit of the and I think it's better for college. And I said this from the day one that I think it's going to there does need to be at some point a cap and some sort of not a salary cap because they're not making salaries. There needs to be some sort of
a
levelness. There needs to be some sort of level. So I'll make a great example. 6 or 7 years ago, the NBA was terrible. Let's be honest. There were great players, but it was always LeBron versus someone in that finals. It was always LeBron versus Steph or LeBron versus KD in the finals. It was never – you knew who was going to be in the finals. And for me, that was boring. I like to see competitive basketball, just like football. I like to see. And I think Bama was here, and it's starting to creep up where now teams are starting to make it a little bit more competitive. Mm-hmm. Now, what at the end of the day, what's been happening is, as we've seen over the last few months, is teams have been shifting the conferences where now, it's, people are trying to compete with the SEC because last year, all the teams except Vanderbilt made a bowl game in the SEC. I mean, the ACC, there's no one talking about anybody.
Yeah.
I know Syracuse is going to go 12-0 and win the conference and play for the national championship. Let's just put that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
that's a given.
It's a given. Exactly.
Put them in the game already. That's already my top one.
That's why we're not talking about because everyone knows it's going to happen.
we got Tommy DeVito leading us down this field, shouldering Pat. Can't get him out of the way.
A little throwback to our pre-podcast talk.
Oh, that was before? I thought it was during the podcast.
No.
No, we have not mentioned.
Sorry. That's not bonus thing. Sorry about that. But I think you're right. No,
exactly.
I mean, like my top four is not anybody you would think of over in the last like 5 or 6 years, and that's
right.
I think it's good for football because but the one thing that's taking apart, in my opinion, is the college football playoff game. It's terrible. My team, and I was there, got their ass kicked. And it's always an ass kicking, whether it's Notre Dame against Bama, whether it's Oklahoma against Bama. They're getting their ass kicked.
Yeah. And
it's not fun games to watch.
Right.
They're like 30-plus points away from each other. It's like, I think the last great game was Georgia to play for the national title. Who did they play? They played
last year?
No. This was my first year in Florida. Georgia played someone. I think Oklahoma. They played Baker Mayfield in Oklahoma, and then they went to the national championship game against Bama and lost it in the second half. The game before that was the best college football playoff game.
Okay.
I know you guys probably don't remember it that well, but I remember it clearly because it went to overtime, and I remember them winning. Mike's falling asleep. It's okay. You all right?
He's got work.
I'm sorry. I think I got allergy.
He got sun in his eye reminiscing about Baker
I told him earlier I have a voice that puts people to sleep. It's okay.
You know what we should do? We should get a podcast. Put everyone to bed. It'll be great.
I'll be the John Lullaby.
Johnny Lullaby. I did.
Go to sleep.
Change your name in the box right now.
I got that soothing voice,
And here's the sound of waterfalls. And oh my God, Michigan got crushed again. God damn it!
Water bottle. All right, Mike, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I was gonna say I do remember a little bit of that game.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's the parity in college football is not, but like you said, it's not been great over the last 6-7 years. It's
right.
Like, okay, who's Bama playing in the national championship game, or who's Clemson playing? If they're not playing each other,
saying Alabama, Clemson, we're like, all right, we're over this.
And like, yeah, there was that little sprinkle of Oklahoma, a little sprinkle of Ohio State, stuff like that. But like, but why is it that like whoever Bama plays in the college football playoff, like if they play them in the championship game, doesn't make the playoff the next year or something? It's, or at least that's what the way it seems.
Because it takes those teams so much to get to the championship. Like, I don't predict Cincinnati to be anywhere near a playoff for any time now. Like, their whole team got drafted or transferred. Those types of teams who can't retool like the elites, it takes them so much longer to recruit and get back there.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen Bama's facilities, but take a gander at it. Like, go on YouTube and type in Alabama Athletic Facility.
Yeah. It's supposed to be elite.
It is.
It's insane.
It's insane. Like, crazy. They got a Smoothie King inside of it. They got and it's all like, they don't have to pay. They just like, hey, I want this. And they just get in and walk out. They got 10 different type of pools to recover in, like after a workout or after a practice. They got an indoor facility for football. They got an outdoor facility for football. They have a kicker station for football. They have all this. I mean, it's incredible. I watched it there. I was like, holy shit. No wonder I want to go there.
Yeah, their indoor facility is like 2 floors of turf.
Damn.
Yeah, so they have like
That's
turf
wild.
on the bottom floor, and they have a second floor that you can go up to on a set of stairs that has like another like it might be even like a thicker set of turf to get used to like different types of fields. It's crazy.
So how much of this facility did Nick Saban pay out of pocket?
None.
His national championships did.
Nah.
This guy.
Cincinnati's did.
I wish he did good for Miami Dolphins, and then he would never have been in college sports.
So
yeah, who we got for our top
with everything? Who is your? This is way too early, and this is going to change probably halfway through the season when we're talking about this.
Oh, we're at the beginning of the topic. Okay.
What the actual topic?
Yeah.
Who is your way too early top 4 to end the season right now? If the season were to like be ended, like who would you put as your college football playoff right now?
Go ahead, Mike.
Are we going 4-1 or 1-4?
It don't matter. There's no order. No order matters.
Okay. So I got these guys, Notre Dame.
Number 4?
Yes. Actually, yes.
Realistic.
Georgia.
I like it.
Georgia. Ohio State. And Bama. I know. I'm sorry, but
no, it's okay. They reloaded pretty good this year.
Yeah,
just makes sense.
Still with CJ Stroud.
John, you go ahead. I'm still looking up stuff.
You don't have one.
You know what? No season next year.
I predict a lockout.
Syracuse wins. So
I got Bama, Michigan, Baylor, and A&M.
Okay.
Baylor, I don't think lost a lot on the defense. Their defense was pretty elite last year. Didn't lose much. A&M just reloaded and got back a lot. And then Bama, you can't go against the Heisman Trophy winner. And then they got better with the receiving core. So, and then my 5 and 6 is Georgia.
Whoa. Overachiever.
7 and 8 is going to be Mississippi State and Syracuse. 8, no.
Of course, within the top 10 has to be Appalachian State. Middle Tennessee sneaks in at 12.
Yeah, they do. Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, I'll go Alabama, Ohio State. Just strictly those 2 guys, best quarterback play next year. I guarantee it. Then I'll go Georgia. And then I like that pick, A&M, John. I'm going to put them at 4.
I think the only thing that's going to hinder them is if they can stay composed throughout the whole season. Keep the hype down. So if they get to 6-0, like can Jimbo keep them, level-minded? Because you get. I mean, the biggest game of the year. I mean, when is the? I'm trying to look up when the Bama, because Bama plays at Texas A&M this year. They play them every single year. So I'm looking up right now. But that'll be the game. Can you keep composure? Because yes, you can beat Alabama and Nick Saban, but right here
they did it last year.
Exactly. But can you beat them at home in Alabama? Right. That's the point. The game's in Alabama. I think that's going to be a game of the week right there. It's Saturday, October 8th.
I was going to say, it feels like going to be an October game.
It is going to be an October game, so it's going to be tough. I mean, yeah. They got a tough stretch, Bama. They got A&M, Tennessee, Mississippi State, LSU, Ole Miss, and the biggest game of the year is Austin Peavy. I don't know. I don't even think they should show
Austin Peavy. All right, let's put that on as don't overlook this game.
But
man, imagine if they had to play Farley Dickinson.
Farley Dickinson.
Farley. He's a number one recruit for Colorado Rockies AA system.
Oh,
Farley Dickinson.
what's the guy? What's the guy from Bama? He just got an NIL deal with an AC company. The coldest or what?
The coldest. Yeah, Crawford.
What's his name, Mike?
The coldest
His
Crawford.
name- Yeah, Dakota
Crawford. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on ESPN. They showed him doing like an info commercial for an AC company in Alabama, and I was like, oh, that's
That
pretty
shit
cool.
makes me happy, man. That dude's got the coolest name ever. It's like
It's the coldest name.
it's the coldest, and then George Washington is probably the second best name ever.
Okay.
Wow, I'm sorry. I thought I was on a podcast with Patriots.
No, I'm an Eagles fan.
Now we beat the Patriots twice in the Super Bowl.
We beat them once.
Yeah, he lost once though.
We beat them once.
We don't talk about that one.
But then,
Go Birds. That's a nice transition right there. Let's go right into NFL talk, boys.
NFL. You want to do NFL or Stump the Squad?
Oh,
We're
working
running a
class
little
Mike.
short. We may have to wait.
What?
I said we're running a little short on time. We may have to go straight to Stump the Squad.
All right, we'll do matchups next week.
All right.
That we
I'm
don't
done.
have time.
No, that's fine. We'll go do stuff you guys want to do.
Jim Carrey. Fine, let's do all the things that
You want to do.
All right.
So we're gonna do Stump the Squad. Ding, 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 ding. All right, everyone. I'll do the intro since Jay is not here. Stump the Squad is when we ask a question to the rest of the squad or the trio, and we wager 1 or 2 points. The winner at the end gets the rant of the week, and then if it's Pat, he'll do NFL. But so who wants to go first?
I haven't gone first in a while. I'll go first.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, the coldest.
The coldest. I am
The coldest Mike.
The coldest mic you've ever seen.
Okay, I picked 2.
Pick 2.
Dos
Two.
Equis.
Dos Equis. All right, so we're gonna go a little baseball.
Hey.
Your buddy. No. It begins with B.
Hey, baseball.
We're doing ace ball. Anyway.
Ace ball.
So the worst pennant race collapse in MLB history was a 6.5 game lead lost in 12. So 12 games remaining in the season, they had a 6.5 game lead, and they lost it and lost the pennant.
Jesus.
Thanks to a 10 game losing streak, which ended the team's season.
That sucks.
So the worst pennant race collapse in MLB history.
Mm-hmm.
A team had a 6.5 game lead with 12 games remaining. They ended up going on a 10 game losing streak and lost the lead. It's the worst collapse ever.
It was the Mets.
Who was the team?
The Mets.
Was it? Hold on.
Chill, John.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were just asking. I thought we were just. Oh, my bad.
Have you
No.
never? What week are we on? 18. You don't know
18.
how to. You described the freaking game.
I'm good. Yeah. I'll see you
18
later.
with one cold start.
That was
right,
the
I win.
coldest. That was the
I win.
coldest start. Anyway,
The coldest start.
so was it A, the
How's that?
1964 Phillies, B, the 1972 Royals, C, the 1993 Yankees, or D, the 2006 Mets?
The Mets.
It's the Mets.
All right, so you're both saying the Mets?
Watch it not be the Mets.
Are you both saying the Mets?
Yes.
I have stumped the squad.
Oh, you're an ass, John. You're an ass.
It was the 1964 Phillies.
Ah!
I knew I had at least John as
Dude,
soon
that's
as
the
you.
second time he's done that to me, where he just says it, and
So
I'm like,
con-
"Wow,
so
he's
confident.
very confident in his stupid answer." Fucking goddamn Mays jersey. Mays, that's Spanish.
So,
Mayes.
Mayes.
Mays.
May.
I'm going next. That pissed me off. Another Satchel Paige. That's another Satchel Paige. I'm going to lose out on a golden rant. Here's my rant. John, stop talking. All right, what do you guys bet?
I think John bet
Jackass.
2. He bet 2. I'll bet 2.
Oh God. Sorry.
All right.
Satchel Paige.
Fuck.
I swear to God. Mike, mute him. Mute him right now.
I got you.
Okay. Out of these players, who has been hit by a pitch more in their career? Out of these players who have been hit by a pitch more in their career, is it A, Frank Robinson, B, Craig Biggio, C, Anthony Rizzo, or D, Jason Giambi?
Craig Biggio.
Rizzo.
Got Biggio and Rizzo. Locked in?
Yeah.
I have successfully stumped Mike.
Okay.
Woo!
Craig Biggio is the answer. He's not the most hit. I've never heard of the guy who's been most hit. Mike, you're kind of right. Anthony Rizzo is the only player currently playing who's been hit more by a pitch.
Okay.
But yeah, Craig Biggio hit 285 times. That's a bruise.
No wonder he wore the elbow guard.
This freaking guy. All right, John, go ahead.
Yeah, head.
Well, I'm like drenched in sweat right now from laughing. I feel like this is a game worn jersey.
Go hit the showers, coach.
Okay, let me just say I apologize, Pat. And Mike. I thought you were just asking the question because you stopped. So I just like Mets. All right.
It's called building suspense.
2.
Okay.
Two.
Two?
2.
Two across the board? All right. So this is college football. Which team has the most players drafted in the first round of the NFL draft? Is it Alabama, USC, Ohio State, or Miami?
Ooh, that's a good question.
This is a good question.
I will say USC.
Okay.
Miami.
Wait, is this ever? Or
Well,
one
yeah,
year?
in the NFL draft era. I mean,
Okay. I'll stick with my answer. Yeah, USC.
USC?
Miami.
And then, Mike, you said what?
Miami.
Okay. I have successfully stumped the squad.
No. Was it Ohio State?
Actually, Pat, as of before last year, USC was number 1. Ohio State passed them. So Ohio State had 87. Okay. So it was USC, but I had to look it up because of the article I was reading was like dated. So I was like, let me make sure. Yeah. And it was Ohio State. And then so it goes Ohio State, Ohio State with 87, USC with 83, Alabama with 76, Miami was 67, and then Notre Dame was 5th with 60. Surprisingly, so
yeah, I'm surprised they weren't further up there. I mean, that's up there being 5, but
you won.
I feel like that there's some tomfoolery afoot. All right, John, I'll give you the bell.
You got the big screen. Go for it.
He made that banner last week. He said, I'm going to get Pat.
I already eliminated Jamie by sending him to Greensboro.
Jamie's not even at a heat. He's just like barricaded in a trunk somewhere.
I hacked his system and made it like he was a CEO and said, hey, you need to go to Greensboro. He said,
where's the tournament?
Where's everybody?
All right, what you got?
My rant of the week is something that just kind of like popped in my head over the past couple of days, and I would say reporting. You know, that's one thing that's been really frustrating with me. and I know Mike has, heard me bitch about it a lot over time from school and stuff like that. It's, one of the greatest quotes I always heard about, I think it was Denzel Washington that made the quote. And he said, everyone's so quick to get a story out there instead of be accurate. And what sparks this is ultimately the Juan Soto deal and everything like that. It's just like all the bullshit reporting that's going out, and it's just like, let the story come and then report on it when it gets there. So why does everyone have to be the first? That's one of my biggest rants, is like kind of just seeing like just not very good reporting, and just kind of like it's been mediocre, in my opinion, over the past few years. And everyone's just trying to be the first instead of be accurate. And it's just it really is frustrating, because it's like, I get Bleacher Report, I get ESPN, I get CBS, I get all the sports apps, and it's just like breaking news. And then I get like 2 minutes later, never mind. Like, I don't get that, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like sorry, misspoke or something like that.
You get conflicting reports.
Exactly. It's just like, I wish we all had like, it wasn't. I remember when I was in school, I was always the person that was, I wanted to get the accurate story, because I felt like that was going to get more views and more likes and more everything when you got the right story out there. So I think my rant of the week is just bad reporting, and I think reporters are better than this and better than what they've been putting out there. So like, ease on the Soto talks. Like, let's let the story come to light when it gets there, and stop saying, oh, he's going to be dealt. Oh, never mind, he's not. Oh, talks are going to be there. Oh, talks is silence. Like, do you really know? I really think these GMs are just sitting there like playing with them. Like, the deal's already done. They're just kind of just like, you want to keep going back and forth for a few days, and we'll mess with them a little bit more. So I don't know. That's my rant.
No, I totally hear you, and I'll piggyback on that with a comment. Like, you totally reminded me. I think this happened middle of July, when ESPN ran basically a whole day on all their platforms of the fake Ja Morant quote that Michael Jordan would be just another player in this league if he played right now. Yes. He never said it. A fake website put that quote up there called Ballsack Sports. If you don't understand that that's a satire page, ESPN, I would fire every single executive producer, every reporter. Like, check your sources, my God.
Yeah, and it's just, and that's just something that's been over the past like 5 to 10 years. It's like, when Mike and I were in school doing it and reporting, like, I knew about transfers. I knew about people leaving Bonaventure and going because I was friends with them, and they trusted me, right? So like, I would hold that trust and I wouldn't break that. Like, they'd be like, just don't report on it. I'm like, that's cool, I won't, because it's just something that, like, you build that trust that they're going to give you a better interview when down the line, right? So
right.
It's all about building that trust, and like you said, like that, like bullshit. Like, oh, Ja Morant said this about Michael Jordan. It's like, I can't see Ja Morant doing that. I know this new era is very ignorant.
Also, did anybody ask Ja Morant if he said it?
Yeah, really. Like,
yeah. So where that came from, I watched a podcast. It was someone from Bleacher Report interviewing him, and he said that, like, if he played back then, who would be the better player? And he's like, well, me, because I would bet on myself every time. Which, hey, if you're a star player, yeah, man, exactly. That's, you got confidence in yourself. So yeah, where the misconstrued quote came from was a satire page based off of that. So there's a little truth, but they tweaked it to make it sound funny. And
that's not him saying that Jordan would just be another player now. It's just he would bet on himself.
And it's not like ESPN took every platform and made debates over it and said Ja Morant said it, and just check your sources. Not everyone could be Ian Rappaport. Come on. Like, you got to check your sources, get back to the truth of it. I like that rant, John.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
It was worth the rig of Stump the Squad.
I'm sorry. But I will give myself credit though, because I have not got a question right in almost 6 episodes.
Yeah, that was his first correct answer.
Craig, how'd you know that?
I heard it one time on a base during a game where like a batter got hit, and they showed like a stat line, and it was one of those stupid stats that are in my head, and I remember them saying it, and I remember the Rizzo comment like saying that Rizzo's been hit a lot since he's been in the league.
Yeah, and that's
so
what stuck.
it was between those two.
Yeah, that's why I went with Rizzo, because I remembered them talking on a broadcast about
the Mets. And I know why I got the Mets wrong, because the Mets lost 10 straight.
Yes.
So I had
Mike, that's why I put the 06 Mets in there, because they had one of the worst too, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I heard your question before, and I was like, shit, I forget the name of the team. When I hear the name, I'll know it.
It was the Phillies. 1964 Phillies.
Oh, I would have never got that. Nope.
And back then, actually, they just lost. Their season was over, because it was just at the end of the season. It was the best team in the AL, best team in the NL, and
no wild card
series.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty.
I was like, I just got to hear the name and I'll know it. And John said
Mets,
I was like,
and it was
NL East, okay.
So, well, we didn't get to talk NFL. I know that was something that we really wanted to, but look it.
Hurts my heart.
We can still do it next week, right before the Hall of Fame game, and have a good talk about that. And we appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. We'll be talking NFL, probably college football up until the end of the season in January. So it's just starting, and we got a lot of season to go. Oh, and Cinco Squad will be on the road October 1st in Philadelphia, where Pat, Mike, and myself will be attending the best game of the season, the Eagles and Jaguars.
No. Probably the first time live. All together.
Except the
Yankee squad.
The Yankee squad. And hopefully the Yankees will be making a playoff run then. So
yeah.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. Tune in Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, wherever you listen or watch. We'll see you guys next week.